I'm
So here's
entering
the
the
link.
link.
So you join. Now, please share the screen. Can you share the screen with me
Um, oh,
or
teacher,
not?
this time can't share the screen because I don't stay in one computer. Because
Okay,
my
no, no,
my
no.
mom and my sister take all the computers, and Mickey it's in the beach with his computer, and I
Okay,
stay
don't
in
worry.
on one table.
Okay, but then when you are in the tournament, you receive the link, right?
Yes, and I
So you
stay in a screen of catch the 1 hour the
right, it starts in 1 hour, but you need to join. You need to say unirme or unirse or join if it's in English. So
um,
because in this moment it's only me, the participants only me.
yes, but I don't see where is the button to put unirme.
To join,
Yes, to join.
must be normally is a little bit below, and it's a green button. It's very
Ya
visible.
estoy, ¿no? Sorry,
Eh?
teacher. ¿Ya?
Oh yeah, now here you are. All right.
Oh, oh,
Mhm.
okay. Oh,
So maybe
ya vi. Okay, I see where is the button.
so you already saw it, right? I don't know
Yes.
if maybe you didn't do this process or you did it the last time.
No, 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 teacher. The last time I
You
don't
didn't you
press
didn't
it.
do this process. Okay, it was
No.
necessary. I'm sorry I didn't
Okay.
explain it. Maybe that was the reason. Because if
Yeah.
you don't join, you are not in the tournament. You are invited, but you're not in the tournament, right?
Oh, okay.
So now, for example, now I'm going to quit. I'm going to say abandonar, right? So I am not in the tournament anymore. But if
Yes.
I want to join again, I need to click here in the button unirse, right? Look,
Mm.
and now I'm again in the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
But
okay, okay.
maybe something happens, and I say, well, I have no time to play this tournament, so I'm going to quit. And I click abandonar,
Mm.
right? And you can do the same. Okay, let's try to do that. Try to click and abandonar and then join again, please. Let's see what happens here.
Okay. Abandono.
Yes, please. So
And
you're no
I.
longer in the list, you see?
Yes.
You are no longer in the list. If I send you, if you decided to join again, you can always click unirme again, and then you're going to
Okay.
be part of the tournament.
I click again, and
And
I.
then
Ah, yeah.
you're there, right?
Okay, okay, okay.
So, well, now next time that I organize a tournament, which is going to be in these days, you can just click. Um,
Okay, thank you, teacher.
no, no
And
problem.
each one, cada,
How
each,
often? How often?
how often, yes, how often you organize and for why these tournaments, teacher?
And what's the reason? Because I want my students to train and to practice.
Oh,
Sometimes you got third place the other day. It was amazing. Congratulations.
hmm. Yes, thank you. I, in the first, I quedé en tercero, creo.
You got third place.
Third place, yes.
But to participate in that tournament, you should have clicked Unirse or something because you were part of that tournament.
Yes, this time, yes, cause I questioned to you in the class, in the English class, and
Right.
then you helped me to enter the tournament. But this last time, we don't have class, and I don't I
Okay,
put the button. I don't really sure so
I
how
see.
enter.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm going to organize a match one of these days. I have a friend who likes chess here too, and I think he can also play chess tournaments in the evening, like 8 or 9 in the evening. So maybe I'll organize another tournament one of these days. It's very simple. It's a lot of fun. People enjoy it,
Yes.
right? Yeah, very nicely. Well, you got third place. That was fantastic.
Yes, but I don't know if all of these participants are your students or some of the participants are people random.
Random people. Most
Random
of
people.
them are my students, not all of them, but most of them are part of the academy that I work for. I work for a chess academy that has classes every day. I am one of the teachers. They have numerous teachers. I
Mm.
am one of them. And normally after the class, which is on Friday, 8:30, I organize a
Oh,
tournament for them. But I invite other people and other friends and other people so that they get to face stronger opponents, not only kids, because they are 10, 12, 15-year-old kids.
Oh yes, yes,
But if I
yes.
invite other players, the tournament can be stronger. So they face stronger
Hmm.
players and they increase their level faster.
Yes, for the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
In the
basically
tournament. Sorry.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. What was the
Oh,
question?
sorry, Victor. In the tournament, I remember the one nickname for. I don't know if are one student of you that Vido era his nickname.
Yeah,
He are very 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 stronger on chess.
yeah. He won that tournament and he won this last tournament too.
Yes, he's
Yes,
very stronger.
very strong. Yeah, he's very strong. Yeah, he plays well. But it's a good thing that you play against strong players because that makes you become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger
Hmm.
little by little. Right.
Yes.
If you get used to playing with weak players, well, you will not exercise yourself much. But if you play with
Hmm.
strong players, every time you will be stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and one day you will be even with them, right?
Yes.
Very good, Liz. I was thinking about the topic that we were talking the other day, very
Okay.
famous philosophers, and
Oh.
I came up with a table where it wasn't me, it was actually the
Okay. Okay.
internet,
Okay.
with a list of interesting philosophers. Let's see which ones you know and how much you like them. For example, let's read the first one, Luis, please. You know,
Okay. The first one is Socrates.
Socrates, right?
Is in the period of classical Greece.
Yes.
And his doctrine is Socratic method, ethical introspection.
What do you think of the Socratic method? Do you
Um,
sympathize with it, more or
the
less?
Socratic methods are the how was the process for a dove? I don't remember was is exactly the Socratic method, teacher.
Yeah, it's a cooperative dialogue or argumentation technique.
Mm.
You start by questioning people, um, and during that dialogue, you get to the truth, right?
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That's basically the idea of the Socratic method. Let me show you.
Yes.
I'm going to show you an argument about this, and let me just share the information with you.
Mhm.
I don't know what I did. Give me a second, please. The Socratic method here. All right. I don't know what I did. No, wait. I did something wrong.
Oh,
Give me a second. I'm not sharing the screen in this moment, right?
no, 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 no. I don't
Well,
see
I'm going to
nothing.
share the screen in one moment. Paste. Okay. I'll share the screen right now. Um, is getting to the truth, but through a series of questions. Let's read what it says, please. Can you read,
Yes.
please?
Oh, teacher, I seen the tablet of Michelle that the rest of the battery is 3%.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna to enter in the on the class with my cell phone, teacher. No tardo nada.
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, I go. Sorry.
Sure, not no worries. Hi, Luis, you're back. Excellent.
I'm back. I'm back.
Very good. Very nice. So we were about to read the Socratic method description.
Mhm.
Would you
Okay.
please read it?
The strategic method is a form of cooperative dialogue or argumentative technique used by the classical Greek philosopher Socrates. It involves asking a series of questions to help a person or group discover their beliefs about some topic, uncover underlying assumptions, and stimulate critical thinking. The goal is not to provide direct answers, but to guide interlocutors to arrive at their own conclusions and to foster deeper understanding and self-reflection.
Exactly. Exactly. So, what do you think of this comment? This is a series of questions um,
Okay.
in which
Uh-huh.
you are guiding, you are like motivating, or a little bit like pushing, but not pushing really. Guiding is the word. You guide the person.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
what do
I
you
think it's a good way to analyze or to see some conversations or to interpret some ideas or beliefs of of big groups of people. I think that this is important against the sesgos cognitivos. ¿Cómo sería en inglés, teacher?
cognitive threshold?
Okay, cognitive threshold?
Threshold, yes.
Threshold. Okay, yes, yes. Cognitive thresholds.
It's better to use cognitive bias. It's better to use cognitive bias.
Okay, 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 okay.
Cognitive bias.
Bias. Okay, okay, okay. Um, yes, this process, I think a good way against the cognitive bias of confirmation. The cognitive bias confirmation. It's like the people is accustomed to search or to only see the information that is favorable of his beliefs. And this success that the people only accept this information that confirm the principal idea or belief that they have. For example, we can imagine an horoscope. Horoscope, yes. The horoscope say one thing that it happened in the day, no?
Yes.
And when this thing happen, the people is, oh, it is happen because my horoscope say this, no? But these don't have a lot of logic. But and this is an example of the bias cognitive no ¿cómo? Cognitive bias confirmation, because the people don't. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pasó? Sí. The the people don't doubt around any of his sorry, teacher, sorry.
No, no problem. No problem.
The people don't have a stronger or argumentative or foundation fundamental idea. Only his memory relation the concepts or the things that happen in the day, for the things that the people can want to believe, no? And this is a very thing that is dangerous for the knowledge of the people of the ideas of the beliefs, because this cognitive bias appear on a lot of people. And I think the solution could be this process, could be a way of the this process of this. Dub is
Doubt,
dudar, ¿no?
doubts,
Doubt.
Judas.
Yes. Pero dudar, ¿cómo sería, teacher?
To doubt.
To doubt, yes. To doubt always, like the Socratic method
Right, proposes.
proposes, yes, is I think is a better way to don't arrive in this mistake, this common mistake.
Okay, let's repeat this phrase. It's a better way not to arrive to
Mm.
this common mistake. Can you read this, please? It's an excellent conclusion. What you're saying is very, very, very interesting. Can you read this again, please? Please.
Yes, it's a better way not to arrive to this common mistake. Okay, yes,
Very good.
thank you.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So you more or less agree or strongly agree um, to the Socratic method based on the cognitive bias confirmation. Is that more or less the conclusion of your comment, or is
Can you repeat your interpretation, teacher?
yes? From what you are saying, can
Uh-huh.
I conclude? Can I get a conclusion that you agree? ¿Estás de acuerdo? You agree with the
Yes.
Socratic method
Mhm.
basado o fundado on the cognitive bias confirmation. Is that correct, or not so much?
I think not too much. It's like Socrates. No, no, no. Oh, the bias confirmation, cognitive, the cognitive bias confirmation are a lot of siglos after.
Centuries,
Be, be,
centuries later.
yes, later. But no, I don't think that the Socratic method based on this, but I think it could be present like a solution of this problem that present yes on all of the history.
Okay. All right. But then in general, you like the Socratic method. Not that you like it and that you pretend to use it now, but
No,
do you think it's a valid method in some cases, like maybe criminology, when you're trying to reach the truth through a series of through a dialogue? Actually, it's a dialogue. Look at this word. This word is
yeah,
very important. You
mhm,
start dialoguing with the suspect. Let's suppose that you're a detective. You are Sherlock Holmes, right?
okay,
And then they ask you to question to interview a suspect. There is the
mhm,
suspect who allegedly stole a bank. So you want to check if he really he pleads innocent. He pleads innocent. How do you
yeah,
pledge yourself? Oh, of course, I'm innocent. Okay, well, let me ask you some questions. You
yes, yes.
start asking him questions to reach the truth or find contradictions. Do
Mhm.
you think this method is still valid in some areas, Luis?
I think I think yes, it's still valid in a lot of areas, but well, I don't know the real or the complete is the process. No, I only have an idea that you present on here, but I think that yes, I think that is still valid in a lot of areas and even in the life quotidian.
In the daily life,
Yes, in the daily life. Yes, it is.
or with daily nuances, daily things, daily
Mhm.
nuances.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Okay, well, that was our friend Socrates. But let's see. Let's go back to the next one. Plato. What did Plato say? Well, Plato to this day is a very renowned philosopher. I don't know if you like his ideas, but let's read what he said, please.
Okay. Oh, Plato?
Plato, yeah,
Not
Platon.
Platon, no? Platon. Plato.
Plato, yes, we call him Plato, right?
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Plato, his period are on classical Greece. His doctrine is theory of forms, allegory of the cave, ideal state. Okay, okay, okay.
What do you know about Plato? Uh, is that a person that you more or less like? You appreciate his ideas? Uh, what did he say in terms of what he thought about man and so? What are the ideas of Plato?
Mm, I remember that the Plato Plato. I remember that Plato has some. I remember that he's very important philosopher. For Plato, we know the information of Socrates, because Socrates never write nothing or nothing, ningún book,
Any books, any
any
school,
book. Yes, all the information of Socrates we know for his disciples. ¿Cómo sería, teacher?
disciples?
Disciples, yes, for his disciples. And Plato was the, I think, he's are the principal disciples. I remember the in Grecia the authorities don't want Socrates, and the authorities um, killed Socrates, and Plato are against of the systems of this politics, no.
Yes, yes,
Also Plato have Plato are the master of Aristoteles, and also another philosophers, but I I only remember Aristotle right now. But of his thoughts, of his ideas, I don't know. I don't have a very studied one of his ideas, teacher.
no, that's okay. Neither, to be honest, neither have I. Only read very basic ideas
Yeah.
from Plato.
Mhm.
But one of his theories was the theory of forms, which is quite interesting. Let's take a quick look about what it says and your opinion, because I know
Okay.
that it's a topic that you like. I like it too, but honestly, I haven't studied as much. And
Yes.
it's fantastic that you have studied quite a bit about the theory. So one of the theories from Plato was the theory of forms. Can you read it and elaborate and maybe give a comment about this?
Okay. Thank you, teacher. Concepts. Plato proposed that beyond the physical world, there exists a realm of perfect, immutable, and eternal forms or ideas. These forms are the true reality, while the material world is just a shadow of imitation of this higher realm. Examples, for instance, concepts like beauty, justice, and equality have perfect forms. Individual, beautiful objects or just actions are imperfect copies of these ideal forms. Okay, I think with this paragraph I remember some things, but I don't. I don't really sure. Teacher, can you explain the this idea, teacher?
Yeah, well, apparently Plato thinks that concepts like beauty, justice, and equality are universal concepts, that they exist in a perfect form. These are perfect forms: beauty, justice, and equality. Perfect forms. But when you talk about something specific, beautiful objects or just actions are imperfect copies of these ideal forms. You can say, well, the concept of beauty. This is a very argued and controversial topic. What is beauty? Well,
Mhm.
according to Plato, there is a perfect form of beauty, and everything is trying to imitate the beauty, trying to adapt like a, not an axiom, but is a perfect form of beauty, of justice. What is justice for you? Well, these are difficult concepts to define, to discuss, and
Yeah.
obviously now people have different opinions about what beauty, what justice, and what equality is. But what is for each of us? I mean, if I ask you, Luis, what is justice for you? What is justice for you? What is justice for you, Luis? Actually,
Maybe the justice could be the balance of the things, of the decisions that we can found it on a lot of dilemmas or problems. But I think the justice is be very impartial for the situations and objective for the uh, combination for an equitative solutions for all the people. No, could be.
Could be. I fully agree with you. However, when you say impartial,
Okay.
impartial, unbiased, neutral,
Mhm.
etc., these are very nice words. They sound very nice, and I fully agree with you. Where in the purpose, we want to be fair, right? We want to
Yes.
be fair. We don't want to be unfair, right? That's not good to be unfair. But how can we be? How can we be neutral if we have? That's what many people argue. Even Marx, they say, how can we be unfair? How can we be fair?
Fair, sorry, teacher. Fair and unfair are what, teacher?
Opposites. Fair is justo,
Yes.
unfair is injusto,
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yes, yes. Oh, sorry, sorry.
right? So how can we be fair if we all have a different background, different education, different instruction, different principles, different culture, different everything is different. I mean, even between brothers, maybe I went to one school, my brother went to a different school. Maybe I had this experience, my brother had another different experience. Yeah, we have the same principles because we have the same parents, the great grandparents, more or less the same society. But if I went to a different school, I have different friends. You have different friends. The influence that they exert on you is different. The programs that you are watching on TV, the books that you're reading now are different from what Mickey read, from what Mitch read. So we talk about being fair, being just, but how can we be impartial with different experiences? Is that possible?
Mhm.
Question.
Yes. Oh, I think that it's a very complex idea to be totally partial, impartial in one situation, because we never can see the absolute truth, no?
Well, that's an interesting comment. The
Well,
absolute
it
truth
depends. It depends, no? It depends.
depends on what?
Okay. I think depends with a lot of things of the asseverations of we on language or what to refer or interpretation that we we bring to the truth. But I think that we never arrive on the absolute truth, but also we never stay so distant to the reality true.
That's an interesting comment. We are never so distant from the real truth.
Yes, but imagine on this teacher that, for example, 2 plus 2 is 4, and are the absolutely true, no?
The absolute truth,
But
yes, okay.
these are because the mathematics are a system of things that we stay on asseveration on we thoughts, no? And these are asseveration of the ideas that people assume the truth. These are true, but I think that we if we can I no sé cómo decirlo en inglés, if we can see all the truth of one thing, we need to asseveration a lot of things.
Say that again, please. If we can
Okay.
what?
If we can arrive of the absolute truth,
Okay, if we can reach the
okay,
absolute truth
okay, if we can reach the absolute truth, we need to asseverate
to
a lot of
affirm,
okay, a lot of things before this.
we need to affirm a lot of things before this. Like, for example, what do we need to affirm?
Okay. For example, imagine that I say to you that the water are a liquid, no, a
Okay,
liquid
yes.
thing. but another people say that the water could be a liquid, but if the water alcanza, alcanza consideration
Reaches.
reaches, okay, if the water reaches a 100 centigrades grades are not a liquid of the water low to 0 grades are a solid.
Very smart converse. Okay, if water goes um, under 0 degrees, 0 degrees centigrade,
Uh-huh.
it will be a solid.
Yes.
Very, very smart comment. Okay, so it is true under certain conditions, but is false under other conditions.
Yes, yes, and this is a topic of own language, no, of the interpretation that we bring to the language, no.
Absolutely true. It's a topic. It's a matter of interpretation. Okay, it's a matter of interpretation. What does it have to do with the language? Why does language play a role here?
I think the semantic of the words or the significance of the concept of the meaning of um, the I think it's better say the esencia. ¿Cómo se dice esencia, teacher?
The essence,
The essence of the concept
the essence of the concepts.
or the
And
etymologist. I think that etymologist we can interpret at the same like the essence.
to interpret the meaning of the words. Well, yeah, sometimes that's an excellent explanation, Luis. I like your explanation very much. Much.
Thank you.
But for example, sometimes it's easy to define a concept, and sometimes it's complex because the concept is
Mhm.
complex because the concept is
Yes,
complex. All right.
a lot
For
of
example,
concepts can be like this. Sorry, teacher.
no, no, no. You're right. You're right. Water is more or less easy to define. You say, well, what is water? Water is a liquid. Well, wait. Under certain
Yeah.
conditions, between zero, above zero, and below 100 degrees centigrade, with certain atmospheric pressure, yes, it is a liquid. Yes, under certain conditions. So when you say, and I like this phrase very much, when you say we never reach the absolute truth, but we are never very distant from the real
Mhm.
truth, right? I can say, well, water is a liquid at 5 degrees centigrade. Well, wait, depending on the pressure. If I put too much pressure, it may become steam or vapor, or the opposite, right?
Mhm.
Depending on the not only not depends on one single thing. It doesn't depend on the temperature only. It also depends on the pressure
Yes.
that you exert. So when we talk about justice, what is justice? Well, justice is to give the appropriate reward and the appropriate punishment to a correct and into an incorrect action. Well, yeah, but then what is correct and what is incorrect? Well, justice is to punish someone who steals a piece of bread. Okay, so you're going to punish a person who stole a piece of bread. But what if that person is hungry? What if that person is the woman that needs to feed her family? Are you going to punish that woman? Well, that is a that is the minus or above 100 degrees centigrade, right?
Yes. The thing changed a lot of.
Yeah, the things change quite a bit, a lot dramatically, depending on
Yeah.
the circumstances. So we need to define the scope, alcance of the circumstances. Don't you think? We need to define.
Yeah. With this, yes, teacher. With this, I remember a concept of psychology is like is the thought polarist, the pensamiento polarizado, teacher. That some people are very extremist with his concepts. A lot of people say these are good or are bad, and don't exist a middle of a gradual middle that we can interpret the things of this. No.
Well, when you say we very extremist with the concepts, how can you interpret? Let's interpret. Well, I didn't understand the last part of your sentence. It sounded very interesting, but you said
Uh,
that there is polarized thought. Some people are very extremist with their concepts.
uh,
There is, there, yes. What was the idea of this comment, please?
okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. You present a situation of the justice can be applied, no?
Can be applied. Yes,
Yes, but these are very extremist, no? It's a very fantasy concept. For example, only for example, no.
yes. This
But
is an example. When I try to present the concept of justice,
mhm,
of course, justice. Can you? You more or less justice, the way I understand it, maybe you agree, maybe not, is
okay.
you punish someone who steals, right? That is justice.
Mhm.
Or rewards someone who does a good action. Do you agree with this more or less? That you punish someone who does something bad and you reward, recompensa a alguien that does a good action. More or less, this is, you share the idea of this definition, Luis, more or less?
Mm, I don't really sure, teacher. I think yes, but I don't really sure. Maybe if we reflexive more, but I don't know. I don't know right now, but I think it sounds right. It sounds right.
It sounds right. Okay, well, yeah. But there are some exceptions. And the exceptions, like we were talking about, water is a liquid. Well, under what circumstances? So, justice, you punish something who steals. Castiga a alguien que roba. Yeah, but there are exceptions, like in the example of the water. Exceptions, right? If an old lady steals a piece of bread uh, because she is hungry,
Hmm.
maybe that is not a serious crime. If an old lady steals a piece of bread because she's hungry, or her children are hungry,
Yeah.
this would be like the 100 degrees. This is an exception.
Yes, but on this example, we can still asseveration or confirm the concepts that we say that imagine that the people that the lady steal the bread are an another little child that
Yes.
also have hungry, no?
That the old lady has a child that is still hungry.
No, no, no. The lady is still the no the lady is still the bread
Yes.
to a ¿cómo sería le robó a?
Stole from a
Okay. Stole from a another little child that also have hungry. Imagine this, and the thing also changed, you know.
totally, and that exactly.
Mhm.
So that's why, because not all the situations are in a catalog, because life is unpredictable. Yes,
Yeah.
because life is unpredictable. Life is unpredictable, right? You cannot put all the possible situations in a book,
Hmm.
right? So you need judges. We need judges who evaluate fairly, justamente, right? They evaluate judge fairly. A judge assesses, evaluates. Assess is to evaluate. Assesses fairly the situation, the circumstances, and they conclude, well, she's innocent or she is guilty. That can be the
Hmm.
conclusion.
Yeah.
But the judge makes the assessment, makes the evaluation, taking all the elements, all the information, and then
Yeah.
trying to be fair. He says, well, there is an aggravant or something that diminishes the penalty, right?
Hmm.
But that's why it is so interesting. But as you said correctly, and your comment was very true, some concepts are difficult to define. difficult to
Yes.
even I mean, even water, you said water, and you made a fantastic examples when you said water can be liquid. Well, yeah, but under other circumstances can be gas or can be a solid.
Yes. We need to and this the example of the water. I don't know if you remember in one of the last classes we talked about the dialectic of Hegel.
That's true, we talked about
Yes,
that.
is an example of the dialectic of Hegel. Like is the oppositive. The first comment, the water is a liquid, are a thesis, and
Thesis,
the
yes.
second comment are the antithesis. No, and
Antithesis.
if the collision of these ideas, we have the synthesis that are the thought or the our idea when we asseverate the things that we say that okay, the water are a liquid if they stay on the parameters of the temperature, on the pressure, of also a lot of these things. No.
Exactly. That is the result, as you say, of the collision of ideas. Collision of ideas. They collide, and after the collision, we get the synthesis, which would be water is a liquid if it stays within the parameters, right?
Yeah.
That's a fantastic conclusion. And that was Hegel who introduced the dialectical concepts, right?
Yes. And teacher, sorry for this. For the another thing that I said of the Polaris thought.
Yes.
It present the idea like I don't know if I'm the bring to understand to me. Um, the idea when I say this are that a lot of people don't think that don't think that the things are have an uh, for example when we talk of the water, the people only this problem on the psychologist is are the a lot of people only think that or the water are a liquid or not are a liquid and don't exist a balance or a middle of the thing, no.
Oh, I see. I see. Intermediate
Yes,
stages or steps.
intermediate stages. Yes, yes. That are the purpose of the last idea.
Right. They are, as you mentioned correctly, they are polarized. They either see white or black, but they don't
Mhm.
see the grades of the shades of gray, right?
Yes.
Like the movie, remember? 50 Shades of Gray?
Oh, okay, okay.
There was a movie like that, right?
Yeah, the shades of gray, the shades de las sombras,
Los 50.
los
Sombras
50.
de. What's the movie?
But they are not a serie.
I don't know if it's a series or a movie.
I think it's a serious teacher. Yeah, serious.
Really? Okay. Okay. Well, I
Creo
heard the
que sí.
name Fifty
I don't
Shades
really
of
sure. I
Grey.
don't really sure.
Okay, but I heard the name, the Shades of Grey. There are shades, matices, right? It's not
Yeah,
only black or white. There can be different shades of gray, as they say.
yeah.
And it is interesting how you can connect psychology with with philosophy, Luis. So
I
how
think
do
it's
you?
very connect, but on I think the psychologist needs to or a lot of intellectuals signatures of a lot of the people that are mathematic or psychologist or doctor or biologist, a lot of people that have an intelligence of one discipline need to have this philosophic philosophic process, like the people starts haciéndose preguntas, no.
Asking themselves
Asking
questions.
themselves, yes, the people start asking themselves um where and asking or these theories asking these theories on these hypotheses resolve these concepts of these problematics that I that they conceive it, no.
Reaching.
But I think though, 'cause on this, all of the disciplinaries of the people that are professional or whatever disciplinary need to make these questions, no, and also these are a philosophic process, no.
Okay, well, this is a philosophic process, right? A philosophic process, which
Yeah.
is asking yourself, making assumptions, and also little by little reaching conclusions. Also,
Yeah.
probably formulating axioms, which is, I think, a bit simpler, Luis, in exact sciences more than in social sciences, because in social sciences it's difficult to make an axiom, to reach an axiom, because you start digging, cavando, right? You start
Okay.
digging
Okay. Okay.
information and continue digging and digging and reaching new conclusions. And it's difficult, if not impossible, to establish an absolute law in social sciences. What do you think about that? It's actually, that's an interesting question. Is it
Mm,
possible to
mhm.
establish an absolute law in social sciences?
Sorry, teacher, are you referring to his question that? Can you explain me again the problem?
Right. Is it
Okay.
possible to establish an absolute truth in
Oh.
any of the social sciences? Is it possible, or you can only establish generalities? For example, in Newton's law, Newton said absolute truth. Truth. Newton established that there are three laws of motion: the laws of motion, the laws of universal gravity, gravitation.
Yeah.
Einstein reached some conclusions. Heisenberg mentioned
Okay.
that there is a probability, not even an absolute truth, but it's a probability that a particle is in certain area, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So we are moving from, I mean, in the process of going from mathematics towards philosophy, maybe we
Mhm.
need to consider statistical approximations, like what you say here. That I like that phrase very much. That you said we can reach the absolute truth. No, you said something like that. We can never reach the absolute truth, but we're never very distant from the real truth, right? I
Yeah.
like this phrase very much. So, what do you think in our process of going from math to philosophy, or from physics to philosophy? Do we need to make some statistical concessions, or what do you think about that? In other words,
Mm,
is it possible to establish an absolute truth in any of the social sciences?
in a social science, okay, okay, the thing changed now.
Yes,
If we talk only of social science, I think in a social science is most difficultly of complex no. If we talk of the mathematic, like the another example, 2 plus 2 are 4. This is very simple now to arrive the absolute truth, no.
yes.
But in a social science, I think that the true I think that the thing is more complex. I think that I think it's very complex to express, and also to me is difficult to say on English. But I think that uh the okay I think that we could reach era como llegar, no.
Reach, alcanzar,
Okay.
reach.
Yes, I think that we could reach absolutely true, but I don't think uh, we are sure of this is an absolutely true.
Okay, so we cannot be sure, we cannot be absolutely sure that it is absolutely truth.
Yes, something like creo que sí, creo que sí.
We cannot be totally sure that we have reached the absolute truth. It's not
Yes.
possible that we can be totally sure.
Yes, cause the absolute true exists, no?
The absolute
Is
truth exists. I
yes, the
don't
absolute
know.
truth exists in whatever. I think the word are compuesto. Consider teacher.
Composed or compounded by.
Compose. Okay, I think all of the things are composed of reasons and causes and absolutely truth. But and I think that the human can see this absolutely true, but don't have the way or the no the right way to assegurate that these are the absolutely true and don't exist any variant.
Okay, there is no variant. Okay, let's analyze your phrase. We don't have
Okay.
the right way to assure that these objects or these events or these what?
This okay. We don't have the right way to assure that these we can say things.
These
These things.
things are the absolute truth or represent, right?
Okay.
These things
Okay. Okay.
represent the absolute truth and that there is no variant.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly, because we can always cast doubt. We can always cast doubt
Mhm.
into anything, even the most basic thing. Well, maybe except that an organism is alive or dead, or that an object is a live object and that another object is not. For example, a human is a live being, right? A
Okay.
human is a live being. A stone is an inert object. Are we
Okay.
totally sure that this is true? What do you think?
Hmm. Uh, okay. I think it's very complex. Yet I think that if also okay. I think that it could be sounds crazy, but I think that also on these asseverations could be exist variants.
These affirmations, there could be variations. Okay, affirmations, there could be variations. For example,
For example, that the stone that we analyzed, imagine that you señalis one stone and say this stone is an inert object, but there are not there are a special stone, no, and have another properties on have yes, have another properties that could be have the I no sé cómo decirlo. Could be moved, no? Could be moved for if the stamp have another properties. But I think that we could be. I think that exists a difference of the things that we can the things that we want to express to another people and the real things that we say on the words that we say like the valga la redundancia. uh, for example, you say that a human is a live being, no?
yeah, un ser vivo.
Yes, but imagine that that the people that hear your comment start to think another idea, malinterpreta tu idea.
Misinterpret.
yes, misinterpret your idea, because this concept of human is different to you, of this concept of life is different, of this grammatical structure to interpret this sentence are different than your grammatical interpret. And
Interpretation.
yes, interpretation, and this the the idea could be are affirmative, are be right, the truth, or could be are a lie. We need, even in these really simple cases, asseverate more, and we can better the concepts to another concepts that are more objectives.
Oh, I see. Okay. Very, 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 very interesting. We can improve, or we can enhance the definition. Let's say enhance the definition of the concepts that are more objective. We can enhance, improve, make better the definition of the concept, or more
Okay.
complete. More complete. Well, your idea of defining the concepts for a clear understanding, I believe is very valid. It's very important to define the concepts clearly, and also what you mentioned, to follow the dialectic process to
Mhm.
reach a synthesis and a conclusion, right?
Yes.
As we did with the water. We said
Mhm.
that water was a liquid well under certain circumstances, and above 100 degrees is steam, is gas, is vapor. All right, well, so the synthesis can be water, ta 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 ta. Okay, we express the conclusion, and that's a continuous process. Uh,
Yes.
we can make an affirmation. You can say, humankind is good. La humanidad es buena. You can
Okay.
say, well, under what circumstances, right? How do you find is good? Uh, the
Yeah.
best way, the best way to preserve life is through cooperation. Well, you can say, well, wait a minute. Darwin said the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Cooperation or competition? Well, under what circumstances? And then you and I, or your friends and my friends, start discussing what is the best way to preserve life. And
Yeah.
then maybe you say, well, it's through cooperation. And then a disciple of Darwin says, what? What are you saying, Luis? It's not cooperation, it's competition. And then it begins the
Yeah.
dialectic process. What do you think of this idea, Luis?
I think that these problems, bueno, no, the some reasons of this for exist these problems are that the people don't understand the things that you understand, no? O sea, the another people don't have the same interpretation of one thing that you have to bring of this interpretation, and the people don't know the same things that you know, of the same thing that you have studied. For example, imagine that you say the humanity in kings is good, but another people have the concept of good different, or have the concept of humanity is different, and on
Yes.
this exists the problem, no? But these are for the like the tergiversation of the concepts.
Yeah, is misinterpretation or
Yes,
misrepresentation,
misinterpretation,
or,
misinterpretation.
or misrepresentation. I misrepresent. Misrepresent is to make an erroneous, willfully expression of something. I can tell you with a bad intention something which is not true. I can tell you, well, this is a camera. It's not a camera. It's a cell phone, but it has a camera.
Yeah,
I can tell you, Luis, this is a microphone. I say, a microphone? No, no, no. It's a cell phone, and it includes a microphone. But
yeah,
if I'm trying to misrepresent something, I can tell you something that is partially true with the intention of deception. I make a deception, engaño, right? I try to deceive people with the misrepresentation. So yeah, it's possible. It's possible that people try to misrepresent something, but or understand something differently, as you correctly said. You correctly pointed out that maybe my friends understand good as have a lot of money. Maybe other people consider good as being healthy. Other people consider good as having lots of friends. So yeah, what do you understand by good? So
Yeah.
you are totally right, totally right when we talk about this topic. So that's why philosophy has been studied for the last 2000 years, right?
Yes.
Very
Um,
good.
I think well, even I think that the language is very complex, very for the interpretations. No, it's very relative that the meanings of the words. But I think that one way for better the situation, a little bit better the situation, are the etymologists, no, of the words. Pueden mejorar un poquito las cosas.
The technology to improve, to
Yeah,
improve
to improve.
to improve. Why does it mark to improve the situation is through the etymology. To improve the situation is through the etymology of things, right?
Mhm.
The etymology, I think, doesn't have an H. The etymology and the orthography too. Well, etymology. Wow, etymology. Well, I don't find the right word. Etymology. All right, there. The etymology to improve the situation is to improve the etymology. One way is to improve the etymology of the words. Absolutely, and use the clear ideas too. Clear ideas, and also you mentioned something. Sometimes you may be an expert on a topic. You know about Hegel, Kant, Kierkegaard, other philosophers. Maybe
Uh-huh.
I don't know about them so much. But what happens when we start this dialogue? Well, I start learning and understanding your concepts through the conversation, through the dialogue. And maybe I express my opinion and you say, well, you know what? It makes sense. We come to an agreement. Come to an
Okay.
agreement, and we manage something which is one of the most important virtues in humankind, which is communication. We manage to communicate, uh, to communicate.
What is the meaning of manage?
Logramos. We
Ah, okay,
manage.
okay, okay. Okay,
We
okay.
manage to communicate and to express sympathy. When you understand a person, normally you feel sympathy for that person, and that is natural. That is normal. When we don't understand each other, then this envy, this remorse, this reservation, this distance appears.
Yeah.
But even as you mentioned in mathematics, we can never be so distant from the other because he's our neighbor, he's our brother, he's our same race, right? He's a
Yeah.
human being. So how can we? I'd like you to check on a book
Okay.
which is very very interesting. It's called uh, Obedience to Authority. It's in internet. If not, I have it. Obedience to Authority is a book that talks about an experiment, and I'd like to share the idea with you, Luis, to see to this for further discussion
Okay.
some other day, maybe Thursday, if possible. This book talks about an experiment after the
Okay.
Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
When the war ended, they made this interview to this experiment in which there was an actor. An
Okay.
actor was going to be tied in a chair, and they were going to connect some electric electric paths to his body.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, another person who is the researcher, the investigator, is going to start turning a knob with a voltage, and he's going to increase the voltage from 0 to 10 volts, then 10 to 15, 15 to 30, 40, and supposedly this voltage is going to cause pain in this man, right, who's an actor. He's really not
Yeah.
suffering. He's not
Mm-hmm.
suffering,
Sí,
but
sí.
because he's an actor, you increase the voltage, and he's, oh, ah, ah, ah. but his acting is not true,
Yeah.
right? But then I invite people for the experiment. I invite you, I invite Mitch, I invite Mick, I invite your dad, your mom, I invite my mom, my brothers, and everyone. Hey, I'm gonna give you $5, and it's an experiment. And I need you to start rotating the knob and increasing the voltage. There is a person who's in that room, you cannot see it, and we're gonna increase the voltage. And then you ask me, but is he going to suffer? Well, very little. It's a little pain, but not too much. Okay, I accept. So you start increasing the voltage, and the actor starts suffering. Oh, and then he faints, right? He dismays, he faints. But he's an actor, he's not suffering.
Yeah.
Experiment is towards you who are rotating the who are you are rotating the increasing the voltage
Okay.
with variations. One of the variations is if you don't see the victim, you don't see him, you don't have any connection, any sympathy, anything, nothing, you will increase the voltage. Even if he falls and dismays and gets, you will increase the voltage. But the variations of the experiment is that sometimes you see the victim, you say, hey, hello, what's your name? Oh, my name is Teacher Edgardo. Oh, okay. And what are you going to do, teacher? I'm going to sit in a chair because I'm going to be subject to an experiment. And you are going to increase the voltage, right? And you saw me, you saluted me, you said, hey, hello, teacher Edgardo. Uh, and then normally you will quit the experiment. You will say normally the guinea pigs, los conejillos de Indias, the people who were invited to the experiment, if you have if you are close to the person, if you say hello, you have some kind of connection, normally they avoid the experiment. They say, after a few volts, when you increase the voltage, no, oh, you know what, I'm sorry, no, but you, this is an experiment, no, I'm sorry, goodbye, take care, goodbye. And they
Okay.
abandoned the project.
Yeah.
Is one of the very interesting conclusions of the experiment, that if
Yes.
you are proximate to the victim in any ways, because you talk to him, you say
Uh-huh.
hello, you anything, normally you will not want to damage him. But if
Okay.
you don't have any connection, if you don't say hello, you don't see him, if nothing happens, you will go full force complete and you will kill him.
Yeah. Could be. Could be. Yes. Uh-huh.
That is the book. Very interesting book,
Okay.
Luis. So possibly you can take a look at the book if
Yeah.
you have time, of course,
Yes.
and discuss what you think about it. What do you think?
Okay, I have curiosity of the topic. I hope that one day I read the book. Maybe I don't buy, but I read on the web.
I have the
But
book. I can send it to you if you wish. You can find
oh,
it in
okay,
PDF, but for free. I send it to
yeah,
you, and you can read it if you wish. It's in
yes,
English, but it will be interesting to see what
okay,
you
yes,
think.
yes. If you have the PDF,
Yes, please.
I export to the Kindle and I read on the Kindle.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, I do that, Liz, and let's see what you think. All right.
Okay, okay. Yes,
Very good, Liz. Well, take care. Good discussions as usual. Very philosophical, but very
thank you,
interesting.
teacher. Thank you.
Okay, Luis. Take care. So see you later, and I send you the book. Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Goodbye.
Enjoy. Take care, Luis. See you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.